Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom, now we hit.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get.
What we do now is we're going to skip kind of into defining who your ideal and likely buyers are, because I want to help you today make these online ads, targeting ads, internet marketing that will reach these people.
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and define your ideal and likely buyers. And everybody in the world should do this, because we need to figure out who your customers are and who they aren't. So for you specifically, more moms call or dads?
Probably moms.
Moms? And do you have a certain zip code or a certain part of St. Louis they typically, and again, we're not saying anything sexist, ageist,
right.
Anything. We're just saying pattern-wise, more moms buy.
Mm-hmm.
What is the part of town that most people buy? Like, what's the zip codes or the names of the cities where most of your ideal and likely buyers are?
The zip code's 63368.
63368?
Yep.
Okay. And any particular town names?
O'Fallon.
O'Fallon,
Yeah.
okay. Any other?
That's the main one.
That's Missouri.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Is there any other surrounding towns?
Sure.
Okay, go for it.
St. Charles.
St. Charles.
Yep.
Been there before.
St. Peter's.
Okay. A lot of saints.
Yeah.
All right. Next one.
Wentzville.
Wentzville.
Wentzville. W-E-N-T-Z.
Yep.
Ville.
Ville.
Yeah, Wentzville.
Okay.
And Lake St. Louis.
Lake St. Louis.
Yep. Not
So-
the actual St. Louis. There's a smaller one.
Okay, so Lake St. Louis. Anything else?
That's pretty much most of it.
Cool. So as far as setups go, just so we're clear, as we set up your marketing, moms,
Mm-hmm.
and do you focus on pediatric optometry or adults, or is it everybody?
Everybody from 3 years old to 103 years old.
Okay, so kids to adults.
Yep.
And we got to figure out again, who are these ideal and likely buyers? So let's move into the next thought of this.
Mm-hmm.
So we've defined our actual ideal and likely buyers, but now we need to figure out what are the publications in your community that those people consume.
Okay.
Is there a certain, like in Tulsa, there's a magazine called Tulsa People. And the Tulsa People magazine is kind of like a upscale Tulsa-focused magazine.
Right.
And then there's Oklahoma Magazine, and then there is the local Channel 6, Channel 8, Channel 2. And I kind of, for each client, I try to figure out which magazine, which publication, which radio, which do they consume. Do you have, starting with radio, is there a local radio station in your mind that just jumps off in your head? You go, yeah, every mom listens to that here.
A good part of them listen to like Y98, which is a local pop station.
Y98 pop music, okay.
Yeah.
What magazines there? Is there any local magazines?
There is one called St. Louis Magazine, but it's more higher scale.
Yep.
Which O'Fallon isn't really high scale though.
Okay.
So so it's hard to pin down a magazine for someone in the area.
So you got radio, maybe, magazine, maybe.
Right.
What about your actual newspaper? Do you have a newspaper that's like everyone in town reads? There's one big newspaper for the whole city?
Yeah, St. Louis Dispatch.
St. Louis Dispatch, okay.
Yeah.
Because we want to do is we want to show up into the publications that your ideal and likely buyers read,
Okay.
watch, view, consume. Is there any particular, you go newspaper, you got the magazine, you got the radio, is there any TV stations you feel like that they definitely consume?
Well, with the internet and TV and satellite dishes, it's hard to pin down one station there. But there's all the local four big stations.
What are the local four for you?
There's Fox, NBC, ABC.
NBC?
Yep.
ABC, CBS?
Yep.
Fox?
Yep.
And that's all in
St. Louis.
St. Louis?
Yep.
Okay. So here's the thing, what we're going to teach you as far as some online marketing is we can make sure that your ads show up on the sites of all these people for very few dollars. I mean, pennies on the dollar for a very affordable way.
Okay.
And the way that the internet marketing now works is that before I would have to go buy an ad, and just an example, if let's pretend that like this was a huge, epic, like massive magnifying glass. And I'm not really sure how to draw St. Louis, so I'm going to pretend that St. Louis is a circle.
Let's draw an arch.
Okay, yeah, the big arch. Here we go.
There you go.
Okay, so this is a big arch. So what we have here is if this is St. Louis, back in the day, if you wanted to market to these people, what you'd have to do is you'd have to run an ad to the whole city.
Right.
And you would hope that you would reach your ideal and likely buyers. And you'd have to pay to reach them all. You buy a TV ad, and it's on the local station, and everybody in the city watches it. Radio, everyone in the city hears it. If you do a newspaper, everyone in the city gets it. But as you know, a lot of people who read it aren't the right people for you. They're not your ideal and likely buyers. What we're going to do is we're going to laser focus, and we're only going to reach the people right here that fit this niche. And it's only going to be, maybe 0.5% of what you would normally spend on ads, and it's actually going to be more effective.
Great.
So, as a specific example of some in Tulsa, can we pull this up on the screen real quick? Because I want to show you this. If you Google Tulsa liposuction,
Right.
that's a company in town that we've worked with that provides liposuction services. And so if you are somebody in town looking for liposuction, the chances are if you Googled Tulsa liposuction, you're probably looking for that. And if you scroll down, keep going down here, yeah, there you go. It's right there, face and body. So if you click that, those are people who in my mind are pretty likely to want the services that he offers.
Right.
Unless you're a sick freak and you're just Googling Tulsa liposuction for fun. Now, if you go up to Fox News, pull up a new tab for Fox News. Yeah, just do a kind of Fox News action there. And then if you can pull up a new tab for, and then pull up Fox News and do a new tab for Forbes. And then do another one for Tulsa World. And then another one for Brainy Quote. So as you pull these up, this is like the average consumer, let's say. They're just running around doing what they do. Click on Brainy Quote there on the actual site. And then click on Tulsa World, the actual site there. Cool. And then click on Forbes. Okay, so here's an example. That ad right there is being served to me at the top because through targeting ads, this company feels like I need to see it. If you go to Tulsa World there, you'll see they have an ad right there, Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby is showing me the ad because of something I've searched for or some sort of demographic research they've done. That's why I'm seeing it. And if you go to famous, or the quotes there, Wicked, yeah. If you go there in the top in the right, you'll see an ad for Dell. But if you see at the top, there's an ad right there for Pressler Music, and that's one of our clients. She's a thriver. So if we go pull up a new tab and you type in Tulsa Music Lessons, so if you Google Tulsa Music Lessons, what you'll see is that, see how she's top in the Google search?
Yep.
If you scroll down, she's top there too. So if I'm looking for music lessons, I'm going to Google it probably. If I don't Google it, go back to the famous quotes there, the Brainy Quotes. I'm going to see their ad right there. And we're going to just kind of keep that process going so that your ideal and likely buyers see you in a very scalable way for you.
Great.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now we're talking about this whole thing of your purple cow.
Yep.
And the purple cow is a deal where we want to find a way to stand out from every other person. Because Seth Godin has a quote where he says, I have it up on the wall there, where he says, be remarkable, boring is invisible. Remarkable products and people get talked about. I would say this, if you Google a company and you're not wowed, you'll probably just go to another website. So even if we have awesome ads, if you're not unique, it's not going to help the planet a lot. We're not going to convert many deals. We're not going to make a lot of money here. So we really need to think about this. So what I want to do right now is we want to figure out what is your mission, what is your purple cow, And how are we going to make this media consumable?
Okay.
And, people spend millions of dollars and most likely for PR firms, thousands of dollars to discover these answers. I'm going to help you as quickly as possible. But here's what you do. What is something that you and your wife are passionate about that is like a charitable thing or a cause that you and your wife really care about?
In our community, like our church, they have like something called the Christmas shop, where they take on families that maybe are strapped around Christmas time, and they bring them in and they allow them to buy Christmas gifts for their kids at a hugely discounted amount. So that gives them dignity that they can buy their own gifts for their kids, yet makes it affordable with them.
So Christmas shop is what that's called?
Yeah, it's called Christmas shop.
Okay, and that's something you're into?
Yeah.
That's something you like?
Yep.
You believe in it?
Yep.
Okay, so check it out. Over here is the media, and I want you to write this down because it's so important for you to see this. And because we transcribe every Thrive episode, I'm sure a member of the media will find this at some point and question this, but I want you to see this, is that the media does not have a bias, like the media. Humans have a bias. So as an example, I've watched the debates. There's certain people who love Trump. Their questions are like, President Trump, Trump, I had a question for you, and it's like, why are you so great? Question number one, And then you'll have another media who can't stand him, and they're like, Satan? No, I'm sorry, Mr. Trump. Why do you hate people? And then so you see these kind of biases. Right. So the media, there's a general rule, broad stroke here, I'm trying to help you. Yeah. The media likes them. I'm going to put up here what they like and here what they don't like. Okay. This is what the media likes, and this is what they don't like. Okay. And I'd encourage you and anybody else on the planet watching to make sure you write this down, because what happens is you forget, because you're a human, that I like that, but maybe someone else doesn't. Yeah. So the media they love what you call PSA, public service announcements / charity. Oh, they love charity. So the story, tonight at 6, we've got one local optometrist who's helping kids get Christmas gifts. That's a story. Now, they hate profit. You go, the media hates profit? When was the last time you saw a news story where they're like, well, tonight at 6, local optometrist does the right thing for 20 years in a row and makes a good profit? Right. So the media loves scandal. Oh, man. So if you get arrested, they're going to do that story. How many times in your community you've probably seen a doctor screws up? It's on the news. They love that. They really don't do a lot of stories on diligence. There's usually not a lot of stories about local doctor, stays married, for how long have you been married?
15 years?
Yeah. Local doctor stays married for 15 years. Tonight we're going to talk about that. They don't do it. They love celebrity. Oh boy, they love celebrity. They hate your average Joe. They're not going to do it. They're going to tonight Justin Bieber gets a bagel. You're like, wow. But local guy does something good. Media loves the environment. I drive a Hummer, not pro-media. Environment. Media loves environment. Anything that's like oil, gas, that's sort of like the dead zone. We all need oil and gas. We use it to heat our homes. We use coal to heat our homes. But you are a demon if you make it. And we can use it, but if whoever makes coal, bad people. Media really has certain biases as an average. Right. Now there's certain reporters that also have their bias. So I'm just going to put here, there's a reporter bias. So you'll have a reporter, there's one reporter I know of in particular who hates the idea that everyone can't have fully automatic weapons. Talked to him over breakfast about this before. And he's like, listen, well, we've got the right to bear arms. We got the right to bear arms because we're supposed to protect ourselves from a government that could potentially take over. So the right to bear arms is about our ability to protect our right to pursue happiness, life, liberty. And we need to have whatever. I mean, if people want bazookas, it's fine. And you're like, really? And he's totally sold out because he believes that. And he goes, hey, it wasn't too long ago, 1776. We had to stand up and overthrow King George. Then I know another reporter in Tulsa who hates guns. So he found out my wife and I have a handgun. I was talking. He goes, do you have a handgun? I was like, yeah. And he goes, I can't respect it. And he just, feels like we should all run around with Nerf footballs and throw it at terrorists or hostile governments. So everyone's got their own worldview. So what I'm saying is each reporter, though, you might find there's one reporter in Tulsa who loves men's fashion. So anytime we pitch him a story, it's about men's fashion. So one of my companies is men's fashion, and we pitch him those stories. He loves it. So right now, what you need to do, this is homework for you.
Yeah.
I need you to Google, when you get home, this is homework for you, and we'll jot it down for you. I need you to Google the name of each local media station and the word charity. So Fox News, St. Louis, charity. AM whatever, St. Louis, charity. Newspaper, it's the Dispatch?
Yes.
Okay, so you Google St. Louis Dispatch charity and find the names of the reporters. That's homework.
Yeah.
Who cover this kind of stuff. So at the intersection, here we go. At the intersection of your mission or your charity, so this right here is your charity, and the intersection of the media bias, this is the media over here, at the intersection of your mission and the media bias, that's where you get a story. So you need to, you and your wife, homework for you, and I'll have him jot this down, and today we'll work through it off camera.
Sure.
But we need to figure out some way, in a sustainable way, you do a give back, so that one, your business is helping fuel your faith, family, finances, and your big goal.
Yep.
But two, so that the local community, the local media, has a reason to celebrate and cheer for your business. Get you in the news.
Yeah.
That make sense?
Yeah.
So ideas is one is every time you sell a pair of frames, you might donate $1.
Yep.
You might do a deal where you donate and you say anybody who's on assistance, you'll pick up the tab, up to this many people per year. During the holidays, any family that can't afford eye care can come in and get stuff at cost or whatever.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is we have to come up with that. So do you like the idea of maybe doing like tying it into the Christmas shop, maybe doing it with glasses for families that are...
Probably keep that separate, but
Okay.
I do separately though in my office. I always tell the churches and the schools, like, if you know anybody that they're strapped, they need they clearly need eye care, they're having problems financially or whatever, just call us and we'll take care of it.
Okay, so you already have some things going.
Yes.
The thing is, we need to get this on the site. So I'm going to have him take notes of this. We need to get your mission on the site. Next thing we need to do is when they walk into your clinic, and I've never been there before, okay? And so I have nothing positive and or hateful or factually negative or positive to say.
Yeah.
So it's more of a rhetorical. But all I can say is this. There's this thing called the Net Promoter Score.
Yeah.
And what we know is Harvard did research on this, and we'll add the data to the screen here. But the point is, Harvard did research on this. What they found is that if somebody, you ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are they to refer your business? If people really don't say, if they don't get into this 8, 9, 10 zone, they're not going to refer.
Right.
So your business, it's very expensive to grow it. But if we create a system where we market today, and we have really, really solid marketing feeding leads into our funnel, and if they come in here and we wow them, they will tell multiple people, and your funnel grows and grows and grows. If we don't wow them, if all we do is just satisfy,
Right.
if we just satisfy, they don't do it. They don't refer each other, and so it's very expensive to grow the business. So we walk into your lobby, this is homework for you, and I'm going to try to help you on this today, okay? But when we walk into your lobby, I want you to make sure you jot down the following items so that you and your wife can have that conversation. Or some business owners, you and your wife work together, but maybe you have the conversation with yourself. I'm not sure the whole dynamic. But we need to make sure that the site, like the visuals, create a wow. So I worked with one local orthodontist, and he does a charitable give back. And we took pictures of all the fun people that we'd helped over the years. And we put them onto this wood wall, like this barnwood kind of look. And so when you walk in, you can immediately see what he does in the community when you walk in. We went through another doctor's office, and we went through and we replaced The sheetrock, we put historic barn wood everywhere, and then we put in some Edison bulbs, and it cost them $1,500, but it looked great.
Yeah.
We had one guy that we worked with. He had a restaurant in town. It was actually a lady. Worked with her, and she had no budget, no money, no. What we did is we encouraged her, and she built the world's largest thing. So she actually looked at all the bars and goes, I can make the world's largest one of those and put it in my restaurant myself. So she took and made the world's largest reclaimed part of a restaurant. So it became a deal where like the Food Channel featured her, but it was this thing where, I can't give away her secret on camera, but it was a deal where she had sat down and goes, well, I have a bunch of recycled items and cans and bottles, and I'm going to use all those to make this massive recycled piece of real estate, and it became a talking point. So you got to have a visual wow.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Can you think of anything that you could do immediately? Or if you had to say a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 is wow, and anything short of 10 is not wow, how would you rate your overall, because it's always professional, but how would you rate the wow factor of the visuals?
The visuals themselves,
Yeah.
you know, probably like about a 7 or a 6.
Okay, and so homework for you, and I'll
Yeah.
work with you off camera on this. We got to get your wows up to a 10.
Okay.
So you just walk in, you go, wow. Now, the second area, okay, is we got to create that ambiance. So ambiance, today we don't have it planned because you're obviously in this room, and so we don't want to create a weird deal. But we have background music we always play all the time, so it's kind of like a kind of a up tempo, like a wine bar kind of feel in the lobby. So that when you walk in, you get immediately sense the energy. You can feel that vibe.
Yeah.
What do you do in your lobby? Do you feel like you have a wow there as far as the?
We've got music playing. We've got a little refreshment bar there where they give coffee, water, a couple of snacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Again, homework for you. Let's get that to a 10.
Okay.
Now, on the actual, so you got the visuals, you got the ambiance, smell. Absence of an intentional smell, it smells weird. So think about that. And then the final thing is on the customer service experience itself, you want to give the customer something more than they expect. You don't want to give them. So I came in today to get my vision repaired, my vision improved, my vision fixed. What could you give me that I don't expect, where when I get it I go, wow. Like what's, so just trying to jar your mind.
Yeah.
I worked with an appliance store, and they sell Viking appliances and really nice appliances. But we made sure there's fresh baked cookies all the time.
Yeah.
So you walk in there to get an appliance and you go, yeah, I'll have the cookie. And then you're kind of going, yeah, I'll have some milk. And you're going, I didn't expect that.
Right.
And then they kind of trick it out where there's food samples everywhere from stuff that's made in the ovens and in the appliances. So you're walking around and it's almost like the sample palooza. You know? So maybe that's not appropriate for you.
Right.
But what is something you could do that would give them a wow? What do you think?
That's something to think about there. Like something immediately they can sense or experience, or
Something where when they leave, it's something that no other optometrist, because I know that you've been doing this for a long time, therefore you're going to do a high quality. You couldn't be in business if you didn't do a high quality procedure. I'll just give you a few ideas, and I just want you to make sure that in the next couple weeks you choose one that's going to work here for you.
Yeah, something that comes off the top of my head, like a personal thank you card.
There you go. Boom. Let's do it. Thank you card. Nobody's doing a thank you card. You know what? A handwritten note totally works. And for anybody who's watching or doesn't believe it, I'm telling you, get a handwritten note. I mean, I've worked with tons of companies. That is a wow factor. So every customer doing that. One doctor I worked with, he's a dentist. What he did is he did a follow-up call after every patient 7 days after. So he says, in your case, how's the vision going? Are you doing okay? Do you like your new glasses? Yeah. He has someone who does that. And that creates that, wow, you sent me a card, you sent me the call, you guys obviously care.
Yep.
And then this third is I would send them an update, and you called this Christmas shop. Okay, I would give them an update about Christmas shop. Because of great people like you,
Yeah.
we've been able to help the Thompson family, or we help a family, or help families, or whatever is going to allow you to share the story in a way that doesn't compromise the values of what you're doing. Because you want to obviously allow people to buy their own gifts with dignity, and I get that.
Right.
So you're finding some, but you want to share that story. Because when I get that story, if I get a video link and it's you on camera going, hey, I want to thank all of our customers this month, all of our patients. We had an awesome chance this month to help support the Christmas shop. And this year we helped 120 families get Christmas gifts. And I just wanted to show you some of the impact you've made. People share that stuff.
Yeah.
So these are kind of immediate A, B, C homework items for you, okay?
Good.
And I'll have Marshall jot these down for you. On the customer service, we need to wow. Okay? And Marshall's going to put down the thank you card, the call, the Christmas shop, knocked it out the story. Then as far as the actual purple cow for the facility, we want to make sure for your visuals that you're to a 10. So homework for you. If you can take pictures and send them to me,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
Yep.
Ambiance, same deal. I just want to make sure people walk out, they go, wow. Next, smell. Make sure that smells great. It's an intentional feel. We just don't want it to be a deal where people walk in and go, because that's what happens in most doctors' offices. You're reading an Old People magazine. You're reading an Old Time Life magazine. You're sitting next to somebody, you got kind of Muzak, like a flute version of a rap song or something, and you're kind of going, we want to wow people. Paul Pressey, how are you, my friend?
Doing well, Clay. How are you?
I'm doing well. I am doing well. I was curious last night, Lakers game. You get in from Phoenix at 2 a.m. Do you drink coffee? How do you keep yourself? Where do you get the energy from?
No, I don't drink coffee. I enjoy a glass of red wine once in a while.
Do you just taser yourself in the morning, or how do you get up? You just
get up.
Okay.
I go.
All right.
But I don't have no coffee. I drink it once in a while, but I'm not a coffee
Before we get
drinker.
into it, I just want to say this. I'm not sure if it's just the lighting, but you are a beautiful man.
That's what my wife tells me all the time.
All right. Well,
I don't know how to take it from you, but
no,
that's
you
what
shouldn't.
she
You
tells
probably
me.
shouldn't take it. You probably just rebuke it and we move on. But in all sincerity, I mean, you're one of the most solid humans I have met, and we're talking about deciding to thrive every day that you're alive. And this is a topic that I wouldn't just interview anybody on, but this is something you're uniquely qualified for. I'll give you an example for the thrivers out there. This guy meets my dad one time. We find out my dad has stage 4 cancer, and then you decide to become his prayer partner, and you call him all the time. And I'm talking to my dad, and he's like, "Yeah, Paul Pressey, NBA coach, is like the guy who's calling me more often than anybody to pray for me." And that right there is why I think you're qualified to talk about deciding to thrive while you're alive. And so I want to ask you this here. You grew up in a situation where you had a tough financial situation. Your mother was raising, there's 8 kids in the family. You more or less have had a lot of struggles. Who was the mentor that helped you get out of that rut?
I guess I got to include my sisters also, because I'm the youngest out of 8. And they were kind of, the father and the mother and the sister figures for me. And so they helped push me through all that, especially at that young age. They were kind of the foundation for me to try to, and I didn't know that at that time. I just knew they were there, and I look back on it all. They were there because, they want to see their baby brother get through some of the things that they went through a little easier. And they were mentors to me.
I was at I'm staying at the Holiday Inn right now, and a just beautiful Holiday Inn. I love the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. I love the whole thing,
Everybody go hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
So I'm staying. No, but we're at this hotel in LA here, and there's a dude who's behind me today. I'm trying to get out the gate. The valet parking thing at the gate.
Right.
I'm trying to get out the gate. I can't validate my ticket because
So
I'm
he's
mental.
blowing it home like, come on, buddy.
Come on, bam, bam. He's like, bam, and he, we're in LA, and he seems like he's having he's going through that whole Tupac phase. He's having a good time.
You never know.
Yeah, he's going through the whole Tupac phase. There's a lot of people, who are going through that Tupac phase, are a little bit frustrated about life. They've got some issues. Let's say that you, in this weird twist of event, are now a mentor to the thousands and thousands of people who are watching Thrive right now. If you could look into that camera, what advice would you tell somebody right now who's having a hard time staying positive. Maybe he's the guy who's right behind me honking the horn today. What advice would you have for someone who's struggling with the belief that they can decide to thrive every day?
I think the biggest thing is you got to stop and think, first of all. You got to think, well, what if I was in that position? Will I respond that way? Should I respond that way? You really have to put yourself in their shoes. You never know what's happening with that person's life. Whether their mother just was in the hospital, somebody died, you don't know. So you really have to have to me, a humble heart. You got to always put yourself in other people's shoes and feel that I must find a way to help this person, relax a little bit. Go back and apologize. Get out the car, say something good. And that might not do it, but I promise you it'll soften the situation.
I met a thriver about 60 days ago in Missouri. I won't give you more details, but the guy came up and he said, hey, I had millions of dollars in the bank account and I lost it all. And today's message is like, I think what I needed to kind of get out of the rut a little bit. And I was totally, I was going, I'm so glad we could help you. I was overwhelmed. It was pretty awesome. What advice would you have for someone like that who's maybe made a bunch of money and lost it all, or somebody who's really struggling right now? What advice would you have for them specifically on how they can encourage themselves to get out of that funk?
The first thing is, how did I make that $1 million? How did I make it? Find out how you made it, because you can make another $1 million. You got to have that faith. You got to believe that you still can do that. Now, you might not get all of it, but you can get enough of it to where it make you happy.
Now, every entrepreneur I've ever studied, every one of the Thrive mentors I've met, as we've traveled around the world meeting these people, they've all had some major adversity during their lifetime. What has been, in your mind, the biggest challenge that you've had during your career and lifetime up to this point?
Helping my wife raise 4 kids. I mean, it's an extension of you. And you try to do your best, and then when you look around, and I got great kids. I do. I mean, it's been a blessing, but it's a constant thing you always want to be, their mentors as babies, as little cute little babies, where they don't have to worry about, dealing with marriage, dealing with, divorce, dealing with, heartaches about this or that. You always want to be them little. So I wanted to try to have my kids. It was scary at times just raising a family. Am I going to be able to provide for them enough? Am I going to be able to give them what they want?
And you were thinking that, even when you were playing the NBA,
Absolutely.
you were thinking, am I going to be able to provide for these guys?
Well, first of all, I came my first year, salary was $90,000.
Well, yeah, real quick, just so I know it's hard to tell, but Paul, he didn't play in the NBA last season.
No.
But you played years ago.
Many years ago.
But you played 11 years, but you coached for 20 years. But still, that was a pressure on your mind of how am I going to provide for the family?
And I'm talking, okay, I'm making it now, but 20 years, 30 years from now, what am I going to be doing?
Yeah.
Even though I wanted to coach when I stopped playing, but is the money's going to be there? So as the kids get older, the finances need to get a little higher because their demands are more.
Yeah.
Cars, all this new stuff.
My kids are riding a moped.
I wish I could have got away with that.
5 kids on one moped. Look at a little sidecar.
Hey, take a picture of that moped. I want to see it.
Look at that moped. Get one kid on them. I got my son on that, and then all their kids will be on skateboards. They'll be attached to it.
Okay, I want to see
Back
that.
to the future.
I want to see that.
That's how we're going to do
a
it.
6-passenger golf cart would work though.
Yeah, well, that's a little out of the budget. I'm just going with the whole moped system. I don't know if that's okay, but okay. Now, final couple questions I have here for you, though. Again, just the idea, this concept of deciding to thrive every day. It's so much about attitude. Because and I know there's players who've played before you, who played after you, guys who are better than you, guys who you are better than. But the reason why you have been in the league for 20 years as a coach, why they still call you, is because you have that attitude of gratitude. You've chosen to be positive on a daily basis. Positive is how you live. How do you do it? How do you do it on a daily basis? What are you doing? What's going on? Have you been around Yoda? What is the deal?
No, you know what I do, Clay, and all of them think I'm just nuts, but
yeah,
I make it fun. I make my job fun.
Yeah.
You know, I kid with the guys. I tell them jokes. You know, because when it's time to go to work, we go to work. But you know, I make it fun. It's just like I tell them a joke. Or, you know, hey, you know, who you dating? You know, is she ugly? Is she pretty? You know, and he goes, come on, coach, you don't deal with no ugly girl. I said, well, now you ain't the prettiest thing. And he'll go, what you mean, coach? What you mean? I said, well, this is how they look at you like this. They look at you like, you ain't pretty, but you good looking.
Oh, you give him some knowledge.
You got some money.
At college.
You got the NBA life, you got some money.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of, I keep it fun. And I think if you keep it fun, at the same time teaching them how to do their job, they know that you are truly genuine to them. You know, I'm not just walking a straight line and not, you know, hey, get over there and do that. No more conversation.
With all the guys getting tattoos now, are you giving them tattoo advice? Or are you going, hey, you should get a bird on your head?
Oh, no.
You should get like a dog on your arm.
The tattoos.
A cross symbol on your leg.
I'm not a big fan.
Put a fish on your face or something. Put a little
spider
spider on your mouth.
But you know what that is, don't you?
What's that?
You know that's it's an addicting thing. I mean, it get addicting.
Well, final question for you. If I'm watching this right now, let's say I'm working at a restaurant or I'm starting at some entry-level job, which we've all been there. I've had those jobs. I worked in construction and worked at Applebee's. I was the worst waiter in the history of Applebee's.
Get a better education. That's where you get a better job.
What would you tell us right now? It's a little bit negative, though. Feeling a little negative, feeling a little down. What advice would you have to me? Just logged on to Thrive. Maybe this is the first thing they've seen. What advice would you have? What encouragement would you have for somebody who's struggling financially, struggling emotionally to kind of stay positive?
Attitude. You got to have the right attitude to say it's going to get better. I got to find ways to get better. How you going to get better? How you going to get better? You find to talk to people. Share what you have, your thoughts. And I tell my daughter all the time, if you don't want to work this job and it's not paying enough money, then you need to go back to school and finish and get your degree. And now you can apply a different job because they want to see, I see you finished high school, okay, you gave 3 years of college, you didn't finish, huh? Oh, okay. And your first job was, you stayed there 2 months, So they recognizing that you never finished anything. So have the right attitude and finish this job you got while you're working on it. Go back to school if you need to finish education. That would take you to the next level and have the faith that you can do it.
Paul, you are a great American and a connoisseur of really just fine foods and smoked turkey legs. And I'm saying this in sort of a prophetic, sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy. I believe in the future that I will be eating one of your smoked turkey legs. I am excited about this.
Without a doubt, it's going to happen.
I love America. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right, JT, so hypothetically, in your mind, what is the purpose of having a business?
To get you to your goals. So it's a vehicle to get you to your destination.
Whoa. And would you need profits to get there? I mean, is when you have a business that's successful, in your mind, in your expert opinion, would you need profits to get you to your goals?
Yeah, because if you have a $15 million business, but you have $15 million of expenses, it's kind of pointless.
Holy crap!
All right, so the question I would have here for you, if you could take 10 minutes or less and see if you could save $3,000 a year by reducing your credit card fees, would you do it?
Yes, absolutely.
Holy crap!
Why would somebody out there who's listening right now who has a sane mind, why would they not go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card to schedule a 10-minute consultation to see if they can reduce their credit card fees by at least $3,000 a year.
Why would they not do it?
Yeah, why would they not do it?
Maybe because they didn't understand how you said the website.
This tree is a symbol of the spirit of the Griswold family Christmas.
No, that's clear. Okay, so that could be true. So I would encourage everybody to check out thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. What would be another reason why someone would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save $3,000 or more on credit card fees?
Maybe they think it is a waste of time and that it won't. It's not possible.
If there's somebody out there that's making more than $3,000 every 10 minutes and they're like, nah, that's not worth my time.
We getting there, right money. We getting there, right money.
There's probably someone out there that would think that.
Well, I'll just tell you, folks, if you're out there today and you're making less than $3,000 per 10 minutes, I would highly recommend that you go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. card, because you can compare rates, you can save money. And the big goal, in my opinion, of building a business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. And in order to do that, you have to maximize your profits.
Holy crap.
Now, one way to maximize your profits is to increase your revenue. Another way to do it is to decrease your expenses.
It's a profit deal. It takes the pressure off.
JT, is there any other reason why somebody would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save a total of $3,000 a year on average?
I am at a loss and I cannot think of any other.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.
Well, let me tell you a good story here real quick here. I actually, years ago, compared rates with this company here. It's called IPS. It's Integrated Payment Services. And I scheduled a consultation. I don't know that I was skeptical. I just thought, whatever, I'll take 10 minutes. I'll compare rates.
I can't tell.
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
But can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
And in my case, my particular case, I save over $20,000 a year.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Which is, like groceries when my wife goes to the organic stores.
Find everything you need today?
Yeah.
Great, okay.
Oh, God. No.
Everything okay, ma'am?
It's just that you've only scanned a few items and it's already $60. I'm so scared.
Okay, I'm a trained professional, ma'am. I've scanned a lot of groceries. I need you to stay with me.
It's just that my in-laws are in town and they want a charcuterie board.
Well, this isn't gonna be easy, so I need you to be brave, all right? What's your name?
Patricia.
Tricia, all right. I need you to take a deep breath. We're about to do the cheese.
That's the difference between eating organic and not organic. So because my wife eats organic, I had to take the 10 minutes needed to compare rates to save the $20,000 a year on credit card fees just for one of my companies.
One question, what's the brand name of the clock?
The brand name of the clock, Rod. Do we have name of the clock? It's an elegant from Ridgeway. It's from Ridgeway.
Let's
buy the clock
and sell the fireplace.
So I encourage everybody out there, go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. You schedule a free consultation, request information. A member of our team will call you. They'll schedule a free consultation. It should take you 10 minutes or less. And they're going to compare rates and see if they can't save you more than $3,000 a year off of your credit card processing.
You were hoping what?
I wouldn't owe you money at the end of the day.
No, you don't owe us money.
Because at the end of the day, the goal of a business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. In order to do that, you need to create additional profits.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah, so here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months, or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut, and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Colaw with Colaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy. Elon Musk, kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant, and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company or, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See, it's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet. You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot-coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you. If we go back 8 years ago, think about the number of clients you had back then versus the number of clients you have now. As a percentage, what has been the growth over the past 8 years, do you think? We got to inspire somebody out there who just doesn't have the time to listen to their calls.
Okay, so Clay, it's like I would go up and down from about $10,000 a month up to about $40,000, but it's up and down roller coaster, and so now we've got it to where we're in excess of 100 clients.
That's awesome.
And so I would have anywhere from 5 clients to 20 clients on my own with networking, but I had no control over it. I didn't. Without the systems, you're going to be victimized by your own business.
For somebody out there who struggles with math, if you, let's say that your average number of clients was 30 and you go to 100, as a percentage, what is that?
I have doubled every year since working with you. So I've doubled in clients, I've doubled in revenue every year. It's 100% growth every year I've worked with. Now, so I'm looking, we've been good friends 7-8 years, and I've got doubled 5 times.
Which is just incredible. I mean, the first time you do it, that's one thing, but when you do it repeatedly,
yeah,
I mean, that's unbelievable.
We're working our Blessed Assurance off this year to double. We're planning on doubling again. We're incorporating some new things in there to really help us do it, but we are going to double again this year. I started coaching, but it would go up and down, Clay. That's when I came to you, as I was going up and down, and I wanted to go up and up instead of up and down. And so that's when it needed a system. So creating a system is you have nailed down specific steps that you're going to take no matter how you feel, no matter the results. You lean into them and you do them regardless of what's happening. You lean into them, and it will give you X number of leads. You follow up with those leads, turns into sales. Well, I tell you, it's if you don't have a script and you don't have a system, then every day is a whole new creation. You're creating a lot of energy just to figure out what are you going to do.
Right.
And the best executives, Peter Drucker is a father of modern management. He said, the most effective executives make one decision a year. What you do is you make a decision, what is your system, and then you work like the Dickens to make sure you follow that system. And so that's really what it's all about. So with a script here, we have a brand new gal that just came in working for us. She nailed down the script, and she's been nailing down appointments. Usually we try to get one appointment for every 100 calls. We make 200 to 300 calls a day per rep.
Right.
And she's been nailing down 5 and 8 appointments a day.
Somebody out there is having a hard time.
That script.
So she's making how many calls a day?
She's making between 200 and 300 calls a day.
Whoa. And our relationship is weird in that we do. If someone were to buy an Apple computer today,
yeah,
and or let's say you bought a personal computer, a PC, the computer is made by, let's say, Dell, but then the software in the computer
would be Microsoft, let's say, or Adobe or whatever that is. So I basically make the systems, and you're like the computer and I'm like the software. It's kind of how I would describe our relationship.
Yeah.
Tim, I want to ask you this. You and I reconnected. I think it was in the year 2000 and what was it? Maybe 2010. Is that right? 2011, maybe, or no, maybe further down the road. Maybe 2013.
2012.
Okay, so 2012, and at that time I was 5 years removed from the DJ business, and you were how many years removed from tax and accounting software?
It was about 10, 11 years.
We met. How did we re-meet? What was the first interaction? There was some interaction where you and I first connected. I just remember that somehow you and I went to Hideaway Pizza. But do you remember when we first reconnected?
Yeah. Well, we had that speaking thing that.
There it was. So it was Victory Christian Center. I was speaking there.
My name is Robert Redmond. I actually first met Clay almost 3 years ago to the day. I don't know if he remembers it or not, but I wasn't working with him at the time. I asked to see him and just ask him some questions to help, direct my life, to get some mentorship. But I've been working with Clay for now just over a year. The role I play here is a business coach, business consultant. I work with different businesses, implementing best practice processes and systems that I have learned here by working with Clay. And the experience working here has, to put it real plainly, has been just life-changing. I have not only learned new things and have gained new knowledge, but I have gained a whole new mindset that I believe wherever I end up will serve me well throughout the rest of my life. Since working with Clay, I have learned so much. I mean, I would like to say almost everything about business in terms of the different categories. I haven't learned it all, but I've learned all about marketing. I've learned about advertising. I've learned about branding. I've learned how to create a sales process for organizations in any industry. I've learned how to sell. I've learned how to create repeatable systems and processes and hold people accountable. How to hire people. It's almost like every aspect of a business you can learn. I have learned a lot in those different categories. And then, again, the mindset that I've gained here has been huge. Working here, you can't be a mediocre person. You are a call to a higher standard of excellence. And then as you're called to that standard here, you begin to see those outcomes in every area of your life. That standard of excellence that you want to implement no matter what you're involved in. I would like to describe the other people that work with Clay are people that are going somewhere with their life. Marshall in the group interview talks about how the best fits for this organization are the people that are goal-oriented. So they're on their own trajectory, and we're on our own trajectory. And the best fits are those people where there can be a mutually beneficial relationship, that as we pursue our goals and we help the business pursue those goals, the business helps us pursue our goals as well. And so I'd say people that are driven, people that want to make something of their lives, people that are goal-oriented, they're focused, and they're committed to overcoming any adversity that may come their way. Clay's passion for helping business owners grow their businesses it's unique in that I don't know if there's anyone else that can be as passionate. Whenever a business starts working with Clay, it's almost as like Clay is running that business in the sense that he has something at stake. He's just serving them. They're one of his clients, but it's as if he is actively involved in the business. Whenever they have a win, he's posting it all over his social media. He's shouting it across the room here at Thrive. He's sending people encouraging messages. He can kind of be that life coach and business coach in terms of being that a motivator and that champion for people's businesses. It's again unique because there's no one else I've seen get so excited about and passionate about other people's businesses. The kind of people that wouldn't like working with Clay are people that are satisfied with mediocrity. people that want to get through life by just doing enough, by just getting by, people who are not looking to develop themselves, people who are not coachable, people who think that they know it all and they're unwilling to change. I would say those are the type of people. In short, anyone that's content with mediocrity would not like working with Clay. So if you're meeting Clay for the first time, the advice I'd give you is definitely come ready to take tons of notes. Every time Clay speaks, he it gives you a wealth of knowledge that you don't want to miss. I remember the first time that I met Clay, I literally carried a notebook with me all around. I was looking at this notebook the other day, actually. I carried a notebook with me all around, and I just took tons of notes. I filled the entire notebook in about 3 or 4 months, just from being around Clay, following him, and learning from him. And then I would say, come coachable. Be open to learning something new. Be open to challenging yourself. Be open to learning and adjusting parts about you that need to be adjusted.